Autoweb. Welcome to the Millionaire Car Salesman Podcast, the #1 resource for automotive sales professionals, managers, and owners to learn how to make money, accumulate wealth, and to all out ball out in the auto industry. And now your hosts, Sean V. Bradley and L.A. Williams.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Autoweb.
Hey everybody, this is Sean V. Bradley, president of Dealer Synergy. It ain't no sticker, that's real. I'm about this life. And this is the Millionaire Car Salesman in the Facebook group. We are at 20,400 plus elite members. We're the Millionaire Car Salesman podcast. And I've got a superstar show for you today, man. I've got one of the top, if not the top female sales professional on planet Earth right here. We got Chrissy Burton right now. She's at Napleton Hyundai of Carmel. All right, so Chrissy, damn, I've been dying to do this for a while because you are one of the, if not the preeminent female sales consultants in the country. So introduce yourself to everybody. Tell us a little about you.
Hi, my name is Chrissy. I'm known as Chrissy the Car Fairy. I've been in this business in car sales for 5 years now. I cater to customers who have challenging situations. I came into the business marketing heavily on Facebook, posting customer testimonials, and then it kind of skyrocketed from there. Now, majority of my customer base is referral and repetitive customers. So I'm super excited to be in this business, learning every single day. Even though my numbers are outstanding, I still have a top goal. I'm going to hit 100. I think I told you that. So that's what I've been pushing for, to hit that 100 car
So let's
mark.
go through the numbers. So what's the most amount of units that you've sold in 1 month?
73, which was this past March of this year.
Wow. Okay, so you sold 73 cars on the showroom floor in March 2021. And just approximately how much did you average gross profit, total gross, front, back, everything on those cars?
So the dealership takes a lot of loser deals for me.
Yeah.
So I never really pay attention to the front or back. So that question, I honestly have no clue. I can pull the sheet.
Yeah, would you say that it's 2 Gs? Is it above average or below average? What would you say?
It was for the dealership. If I'm not mistaken, we ran maybe 2 to 3 per copy.
So I use 2,500 right here. So I'm trying to put it in perspective. So that's insane to me. So in 1 month, you personally generated over $182,500 in gross. I mean, that's phenomenal. Okay, now, you just said something that I'm utterly shocked at, but I know to be true, is that you've only been in the industry 5 years. So here's a couple things. First of all, female. Second of all, black. Third of all, only 5 years in the automotive industry. I mean, it just blows my mind at the level of success. There are people that are supposedly, that are qualified more, guys, white men, or, people that have been in this for 15, 20 years that are not even close to what you're doing. You know what I mean? So how have you been able just to hit the ball running so successfully? Like, what's different from Chrissy from the vast majority of us automotive people out there?
I'm glad you asked that. Interesting story. I tell people all the time, I am my customers. Literally. I came into a dealership. I needed a vehicle. I had distressed credit. Only thing good for me was, I had a good job, but I had didn't have a lot of money down. I saw someone on social media advertising 0 down, no payment for 90 days. I was in a situation where I needed a car. So I made an appointment with them. They reached out to me to confirm on a Saturday. I got there and I was amazed. I'm in Fishers, which is a suburban area in Indianapolis, trying to get a car. No clue of what type of car I need. I just know I need a car. And I sat there for 9 hours with a guy who was now my best friend mentor.
Who's that?
He was so dedicated. His name is Geno. He's been in this business for 17 years. So Yeah, he just went super strong. You know, he didn't give up. And I'm one of those customers. I'm like, I want a 250 payment, no money down. He came to me like, can I get 500 out of you? I was like, But, you know, my mom, she had to get involved. She had to co-sign for me. And I'm not embarrassed to say that. But, you know, he called her. I was like, my mom's not co-signing. He called her. I don't know what he said to her, but he threw me some keys because my sister dropped me out. I went to pick her up. She was quiet the whole ride. We get back to the dealership. My mom, she had good credit. He ran her information. Boom. We're test driving a brand new Nissan Altima. And, you know, I got a 315 payment, no money down, and no payment for 90 days. So I was inspired in that 9 hours. You know, he built rapport with me. We were talking. He became personal. He figured out who I was, what I do, what I like to do. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to work here. I'm going to be your assistant. And he, you know, even after the car sale, he kept in contact with me.
Did you proactively solicit a job, or did he offer you a job? Which happened?
I joked about it.
Okay.
He followed up with me because he needed some tips.
Okay.
You know, and in that, you know, and I'm not one of those customers. I'm like, okay, I'm giving you what you need in the midst of me at work. And then he kind of saw, you know, because within the 2-3 months of me, you know, communicating with him, I went on Facebook. I do have a huge following on social media. So I posted, I got a new car. I tagged him. I shouted him out. I started sending him a lot of customers. So I want to say within that 3-month time frame, I had sent him like 10 customers. You know, he cut me a bird dog check. So then he reached out to me and was like, hey, do you want to come work for me? You know, I came in, he showed me a pay plan. He compared it to what my previous salary was, which I was making like $42,000 a year. So he was like, you know, you can make $5,000-$6,000 a month. I was like, okay, that works for me. In a dealership, I was feeling this atmosphere when I was here getting the car. I liked the energy. So took the job, and he gave me an assignment. I didn't know anything about car sales. He literally sat me down at a desk by the door where the customers come in, gave me his iPad, gave me access to his Facebook, and he told me to handle all of his appointments, but also go on my Facebook, make a status, no money down, no payment for 90 days. And literally, I filled up the board. Like, I'm scheduling all these appointments. I mean, I was basically a BDC person at the time. So in my first week, you know, and everybody's coming in and he's telling them to ask for Chrissy. So they're coming in, they're asking for Chrissy. Everybody's coming, I'm literally like doing credit apps, test drives, stuff that I've never done before. But I'm one of those, I pick up quickly to things. So the general manager at the time, his name was Blake, he paid attention to me, him and there was Reese. Reese was the other guy who was the general manager. And Blake came to me, he took me behind his desk, the sales desk, and said, Chrissy, you sold 13 cars in 1 week. You're going to make 6 figures in this business. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, sounds good. But, you know, I wasn't money driven. Like, I was just doing it, you know, because somebody asked me to and I enjoyed it. I didn't know that after a year being in this business, he was true. 6 figures.
Wow. So when did you surpass your mentor?
I surpassed him. You was funny. Yeah. Immediately. And he took a break. He stopped selling cars for a year and focused on mentoring me.
Wow.
You know.
Really?
Yeah. Yep. So, yep, he stepped away in the whole year of 2017. It was just solely me, you know. And I ended up leaving Nissan and I went to a Chevy dealer and I told them, hey, I sell cars off social media and, you know, they hired me. I started same day. Boom. I sold 16 cars in that 1 week.
16 cars in 1 week.
I think the highest number I've done is like 22, 23 in a week.
All right. So let's go through let's get this out. Okay. First of all, you're in Indiana, correct?
Indianapolis. Mm-hmm.
Indianapolis. Okay, good. So at least it's a city. What's it like being a female in the automotive industry?
I won't lie. It's not easy. You got to be real strong-willed to be able to handle being around men all day who are aggressive, who are intimidated. So I have periods where some of them are friendly, But then I also have periods where some of them are turning their nose up at me and they're pissed because every customer that's coming in presumes to look like a up, but they're like, I'm here to see Crissy. And then it makes them mad. Because they've been sitting on the lot all day, 8-9 hours, and it's hit or miss, and they're, scrambling over who's about to get that customer this, and I don't have to do that.
You get more shit from your other salespeople, or do you get shit from like the customers? So my daughters, that both my daughters sell cars. They're young. My daughter Kalina, she sells cars right now. Mm-hmm. She's averaging about 18 cars a month. This month was a little bit
good.
But yeah, 18, 20 cars a month. My other daughter, same thing, 18, 20 cars a month, but now she works for Dealer Synergy. But what Tiana says, T got your keys, she says that she had some shit from the other salespeople, like the men that were on the team, on multiple, everything from like, oh, you're a girl, or, flirting, all sorts of different stuff. But she also from the prospects that come in and like, oh, I want to speak to a man. Do you ever have like your customers wanting to speak to a man?
Nope. Honestly, an advantage for me is, I don't take write-ups, but I do have customers that come in, primarily females, and they'll be here for the lot, and they don't want to work with a man, they want to work with a female.
That's what I thought
too.
So
sometimes I get deals handed to me because I am a woman in this business. Most men, they're not, they like working with me. You know how men are.
I love it. Okay, so let's go into the next thing. So females, you have some ish, but not like a ton, right? What about being Black in the automotive industry, being a minority? Do you feel that it's different from the salespeople and from the clients, or do you think it doesn't matter?
Yeah, well, I work in Carmel, Indiana. So Carmel, Indiana, again, is a suburban area, just like Fishers, where I started. So, a lot of my customers have bad credit. They come in here and they are from the hood. They don't even know where, this area existed, or they could come to an area like this to try to get a vehicle. See, based off the way I advertise, a lot of people think I'm buy here, pay here, and I'm against buy here, pay here. Right. I got a program that works where you can come to a real traditional dealership and with a 400 credit score or a repo or no license and sit next to somebody who has an 800 credit score and be able to get a car as well from that same dealer.
Damn.
So, yeah.
So the reason why I'm going through this is I want to, here's what I'm trying to figure out for our audience, that you are an anomaly. To my knowledge, you are selling more cars than any other female that I know of or heard of in the United States right now. And you're not doing it, in an equal basis. So in my mind, for being a Black woman in this area, it's like you're selling 130 cars, the way that my mind is, because the other cars aren't stacked evenly, for you, in my opinion. And then you're like, nope, that's not an issue. Nope, that's not an issue. That's dope, man. That's amazing. I commend you for that.
Yeah.
So let's go now into, so that we got past that part, is then what would you say are the most difficult things you have to deal with in your career? Is it the people? Is it the hours? Is it the inventory crisis like everybody else? What is the biggest challenges you have, if any, for success?
Me, I will say that it is definitely the hours. Definitely the type of customers that I deal with, because the deal takes so long. Like, you know how it is with subprime. We just don't know. We got to play the waiting game. So I can have a customer that's here, and I'm one of those, I multitask. See, I don't just schedule one person. When I schedule, I try to schedule like 4 people at a time, because one out of those 4 is going to be a car deal.
Right.
So, it definitely gets tiring when you're dealing with people who have expectations. So some of these customers, they can be a bit crazy. So mentally, that is a struggle, dealing with these customers who are non-realistic, and all I'm trying to do is my job and help you build some credit, be in a better situation,
Let's talk about that. Because I don't know if you know my background. I was a special finance manager at one point in my career, and at a Nissan, Kia, Cadillac dealership, and we was like a 400 car store, and it was like a campus, but it was one store. But they had the Nissan Kia building, we had the Cadillac building, we had the Cadillac used cars, and Cadillac used cars, we call them Third Rock because it's Third Rock from the sun. It was where we got 75 subprime deals a month out of that building at like about $4 a copy. And so for us, to your point, and a lot of people don't realize is subprime can be very, very profitable. However, it takes longer. And sometimes, I used to say it's like blood money because it's like aggravation, you know what I mean? Because you have issue you've got to go through. There's from expectations to this and that. So here's what my philosophy is, and I want yours. To be successful in special finance, one, it's about the inventory.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Don't be the last one with your hand up at the auction. VinQ Vehicle Buying Center gives dealers the digital and in-store tools you need to buy direct from the public. On average, inventory bought from the public grosses $1,200 higher on the front end alone. VinQ turns buying cars direct from the public into a business. The most profitable dealerships in the country are making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month in additional front-end gross. Private party acquisition starts with VinQ. See it at VinQ.com.
If you don't have the right vehicles that book out the right way,
Correct.
even if you have the right lenders and the right process and the right people, and you got credit apps or ups that you have that you could convert, you're going to be screwed. So inventory is one. And I'm going to say two would be having the right diversified banks, because it's great if you have a couple of banks, but different banks, especially with subprime, have some hefty bank fees, and you got to be able to know how to navigate and have a good diversity in the banks.
Yeah.
The next thing to me is having the right person, because if you have the banks, you've got the inventory, that's all great. But if you don't have the right special finance person, and there's different types, you could have special finance BDC reps that are just calling all these credit apps back to try to get them in, or you've got the salesperson that understands how to work with special finance customers, and then ultimately a special finance manager or a business manager that's got subprime skills to be able to get the deals funded, etc.
Yep.
Other than those three cardinal things, what else do you think is imperative to be a successful special finance operation, whether it's a one-woman show like yourself or having a special finance department? What else is important, would you say?
I think it's more so knowledge.
Knowledge.
If you can build really good rapport with a customer and go into it in a credit building perspective, and that is what works for me. You came in, you wanted a challenger based off of your situation. I have a system that allows you to get on track. And then in 18 to 24 months, you can come back and get that challenger, So when you do an analyst with them and show them, hey, this is where you are right now. In about 18 to 24 months, this is where you'll be. Credit, like a lot of people, they don't even know about credit. They didn't teach that in school. So a lot of people damage their credit before they had a chance to even build it, charging off stuff. So like I said, when customers come in, a lot of them don't even know what their credit looks like. So when you gain knowledge with them, then
give me your process. So let's start with, how do you generate special finance leads? Does the dealership buy special finance leads from like Interactive Financial Marketing Group, Carloan.com, Auto Credit Express? Do you buy those type of subprime leads?
I'm not gonna lie to you, I have no clue.
All right, you don't know. Okay, so there. All right,
Nope.
And then you said that you're active on social media. So how do you personally advertise, and can you estimate how many ups do you generate yourself from your own ninja digital marketing strategies?
So now, as of last year, around this time, I want to say May of 2020, I created a business page called Chrissy the Car Fairy. So I started doing all my advertisement on there. So basically what I do is I take a picture with every customer, every car deal I sell. I make sure that I get a picture. I seize the moment. But then I also do it with a purpose, because you can say that you are specialized in this or you do this, but people I'm a visual person. I need to see that you are really doing this. So I upload pictures. I upload customers' testimonials with their permission. If they are my friend on social media, I tag them so that their people can see it. Mm-hmm. But now on my business page, I just upload customer testimonials.
What type of business page? Is it a regular website? Is it build-a-brand website? What kind of website?
So I do have a domain, ChrissyTheCarFairy.com. It's not finished because I'm one of those, I need it to just be super special. So it should be done within the next month or two. But now everything is just primarily on my business page on Facebook. So if you go to Chrissy the Car Fairy and you look on there, you'll see a lot of content. You'll see customers. You'll see ads that I run.
Question for you. This is important what I'm about to say to you. Have you started the process of building your website out yet, or it's going to happen?
I started it and I stopped.
What kind of platform did you do? WordPress, Wix, or what?
Wix. Yep, I'm on Wix.
What I'm going to do is this. Here's what I'm going to help you with, because I'm really impressed. You're familiar with Build-A-Brand, right?
No, I think I heard it from you.
Yeah,
I never got a chance to look into it.
If you write this down, if you go to tgotyourkeys.com, which is my daughter, Tiana, tgotyourkeys.com,
Okay.
or if you go to K Got You Covered, this is a Build-A-Brand website. If you go to www.buildabrand.com, these websites, individual person, the reason why I think they're good is they have it's not just a website, it's a digital business card, it's a video email technology, video communication, it's a TO process, it's a referral program, it's a whole entire digital marketing platform. They normally charge about $2,000 for this. It's like $19.95. I'm going to give you one for free, Chrissy.
Okay. Awesome.
Yes, because I'm really impressed with you. And what I like to do at the Millionaire Car Salesman is I think that you are truly an inspiration. There's
I appreciate that.
Listen to me, girl. I'm just keeping it 100 with you. First of all, there's not a lot of females in this industry, okay? And especially that are making noise. 1, 2. There's not a lot of minorities in this industry that are doing the numbers that you are. And again, I'm first generation in this country. I'm Belizean and I'm Honduran. I'm Sicilian. So again, I'm a mutt. I'm mixed. I'm from New York. And so for me, to see a female minority that's doing better than the vast majority of the country, potentially the number one female in our industry, it makes me excited because my queen, my wife, is the CEO of this company. Both of my daughters and my nephew are in this industry. You know what I mean? My nephew is half white, half black. You know what I mean? My two daughters are obviously females. So again, if I could help you get to that next level, that's what I want. I want you. And the reason why I'm interested in this interview is I want more females to understand wow, there's so potential. We're not just here for, just ancillary stuff. We could crush and dominate. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And then I keep saying female. It reminds me, and I don't remember if we talked about this before, but me and my wife were friends with Remy and Pat for 11 years, and very close. Karen's worked on Karina, our stage names, worked with them on multiple projects. Rem always talks about she doesn't want to be the best female rapper. You can eat that. You know what I mean? She wants to be the best rapper, period, male or female.
Right.
And so you are an elite sales consultant. Doesn't matter what race, creed, religion, color, whatever. But again, with the goal to be, to break 100, you were in that 0.0001% of the United States. So I just wanted to say, I'm real recognized as real right here. Most I ever sold.
Thank you, Sean.
Listen, I sold 33 cars, and back then I thought I was balling. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then you're like, "That's cute, boo boo. I just did 73. I just did 40." And that's the thing that we need to understand in this industry is that we shouldn't be complacent. I like to tell this story all the time, but Cardone says that the only regret he has is that he didn't think bigger sooner. See, my problem back 20 years ago, plus when I was selling cars, is I didn't know that I was capable of selling 50, 60, 70, 80, 100 cars. It was unfathomable to me. I only knew that, 30 cars, you were God. You know what I mean? If you're selling 30 cars, you were you were the ish. And so when I stopped, when I broke 33 cars, it was like, okay, I've achieved it. But then, when I talk to people, I'm tight with Cody Carter, Ali Retta, these people.
Yeah.
Cody, it's crazy. Cody just sold 412 cars in the last 90 days, March, April, May.
I seen that.
It's insane. So I could do it. I could do it. If he could do it, you could do it. If you could do that, my daughter's got a shot to do 40 cars.
Absolutely.
So now let's go through this. Talk to me about what type of marketing. So I get that. I love that. So every time you have a current Facebook page right now, and every time that you sell a car, you take pictures with them and you tag. Okay, that's great. What other type of posting and how frequently do you post on social media?
So now it used to be an everyday thing on my personal page, literally. Now personal is more so personal for me. So what I do is now I keep at least 2 ads rotating.
So you're paying for you're paying ads.
Yep. Now I pay ads.
Okay, good. So how much money do you spend a month on ads?
$150, $200, if that.
So now, can you just give us approximate with $200 budget? Does it? I know it gets you visibility, but do you get prospects from it?
You know what's funny?
What?
In March, when I sold 73, I reached 67,000 people.
Wow. Okay.
And I got the numbers to back it up if anybody wants to see it, because it's impressive to me. But I want to say that maybe 10 of those people were referrals. All of those customers, 63 of them probably came from Crissy the Car Fairy, that page.
Listen, I'm surprised. Listen to me. Cody Carter, his website, he generates, you've heard him, he generates 100 leads a month on his website, but his hustle is not subprime, it's leasing, and he's like a leasing.
Right.
You know what I mean? But no, that makes a lot of sense. So let me go through that again. So in March, when you sold 73 units on the showroom floor, you had 67,000 views, on Facebook, and you believe, maybe 10 were referrals. But how many? So that's, out of the 63 that's left over, how many of those do you think came from your Car Fairy website?
I want to say all of them.
Holy shit!
Because I don't do anything on my personal page anymore. So people, like, I tag literally Crissy the Car Fairy to every single thing I do on my personal page.
You should do that. That's exactly what you do. Okay, so then this is intriguing. Now, my question to you though is, okay, you got to be making money. You got to be making pretty good money, right? And we talked about this before. This is the Millionaire Car Salesman / Millionaire Car Saleswoman thing, but why only $200? Why not turn around and put like 500 or a whiz, throw a G out there?
I used to. It went down. So the most that I've spent was $800.
Okay, and then so is it because of COVID, or is it because it didn't matter spending that much money?
It didn't matter spending that much money. Honestly, like, it's crazy. Like, it's word of mouth. I don't know how to explain it. Like, people gravitate to me. Seriously. They treat me like I'm a celebrity. If they need a car, right. There is a group in Indianapolis called Black Dollar Envy. It's a group made for people to support Black businesses.
Yes.
Crissy the Car Fairy is a Black business to them.
Yes.
So I get a lot of my customers out of that group. They post reviews. They post me in there when somebody's looking for a car. My name is constantly tagged. So I didn't have to spend that much money on marketing anymore because they do it for me.
No, this is good. Again, and there's just a nugget that you didn't even disclose right there. That's huge. Here's what Cody Carter says for his leasing. He's part of Lease Hackers, and he's in a bunch of Facebook groups for leasing.
Yep.
So he's a white boy, so he can't do a Black business thing. You know what I mean? So he does his thing, which is lease hacking. But you, because you are a Black, business. Absolutely. Are you in any female groups? Because there are a bunch of like female networking, groups and things like that. Have you joined those yet?
I'm in one for Indianapolis. It's an automotive industry group for women here. And then I'm a part of the automotive women. It's a women of color automotive industry group.
Yeah, that's
I'm a part of that group.
Yeah, the women. But those are industry people. What I'm saying is like the local chamber of commerce, like the local businesses. There's female. There's like women networking groups that have nothing to do with the automotive that are just like.
Oh yeah, I'm in a lot of groups. I'm in a lot of those groups.
Girl, listen to me. If I wasn't an interviewer, I would have missed a big part of the story right here. That's a big variable. It's yes, the Crissy, the Car Fairy is important, but it also, from what I'm finding, is being part of networking groups, whether they are physical brick and mortar, like the Chamber of Commerce or like the EO, which is the entrepreneur organization. That's usually, there's chapters all over the place, but then on social media. So where are these groups that you're in for females or for African American? Are they in? Is it just Facebook or is it LinkedIn? Give us some different.
Facebook, majority of them. I have some groups outside of social media that I'm a part of. I do a lot of women empowerment outside of any. So I actually got invited to be a guest speaker on a panel next month. And of course, they're going to hear me talking about being Crissy the Car Fairy. So, so I'm not a part of any like major organization outside of social media. I would love to be a part of one if there's one out there. But
well, listen, since you just brought that up, I'm gonna, and again, no no cap on this right here, man. I got some plans for you, girl, for real. I think that you will be like I think you should definitely, your story needs to be told on a bigger stage than just here.
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Attention auto dealers. You need an opportunity to do business. AutoWeb is one of the largest suppliers of high quality leads. High quality buyers. At a 10% closing ratio, you will be at less than $190 per car sold. Don't just settle for what you get. AutoWeb can fully customize your results through targeted markets and or zip codes, and as a partner, you will get premium placement within search results. Who better to do that than literally the people that invented automotive internet sales? If you want to sell more cars more often and more profitably, then you need AutoWeb.
I have my upcoming conference coming up in January. It's the first time I've done my IS-20G in almost 2 years because of COVID. This one's going to be one of the biggest ones because of the radio show, my TV show, and all this stuff, popping. It's going to be in Philadelphia in January. Cody Carter is going to be speaking. Damon Lester, you know Damon Lester? He's the president of NAMAD, which is the National Minority Dealer Association. He's also the dealer principal for Nissan of Bowie. We're anticipating over 200 rooftops to be in attendance. We have an award ceremony for different categories, which I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to definitely be in the running for certain things. So I want to put it on your radar, So talk to your dealer. You'll be like my VIP guest, but I would love to have you on stage, whether it's a panel or like a one-on-one interview on a keynote on a national stage. What are you down with?
Absolutely.
All right, cool. Now, you know somebody that I know too, a guy named Geno Kyle, correct?
Yes, that's Uncle Geno.
Okay. Tell me, how do you know? Is he your real uncle or friend?
No, he's not a real uncle. He adopted me when I worked for him back in 2017 at the GM dealer.
Yeah.
So, he our relationship after that just. If you tell him about me, he loves me.
You know that's my guy, right?
Him. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's my dude.
So,
I tell you,
me and Geno, we're locked in.
Well, I could tell. Listen. He ain't no sucker. He ain't gonna turn around and take anybody under his wing that is not G'd up. Like he's got that old school polished swag. I mean, he is one of my favorite car people in the country. You know what I mean? Polished with his word tracks. You know what I mean? And just his delivery, he personifies to me automotive professional. To me, there's a difference. Just like there's a difference between an inmate and a convict, there's a difference between a car salesperson and an automotive professional. And Geno is definitely an automotive professional. What's one lesson that you learned from Geno? I know there's many, but give me one lesson you learned from Geno.
So it's so funny. Express. I had a weak moment as a woman in this industry. It was tough. I was like, I need a break, right? And he literally looked at me. We talked for an hour and a half, almost 2 hours. He was like, who told you making 6 figures is easy? Because it's not. And it's only going to get harder. You can't quit. You got to keep giving them what they want out of you. He cuts too. So it was
and I do too. I know, that I do too. I'm a little potty mouth. I can't help it.
But just based up, and we had that conversation in 2019. When I met him in 17, I had that same teary-eyed moment. I need a break. He said, take a break. And when you're ready to come back, hit me up and get back into it. And that's what I did. I did take a couple months off to get me together. And I came back in guns blazing, and I was honored, just running back into him. And he was so excited to know that I was the number one salesperson at the same dealer that he got back transferred to. It amazed him. And it was like tug of war because he was like, nah, I need her back under my wing. Because I was at a Nissan dealer. He was still at GM. And he was like, nah, I want her with me. And it didn't work out because you know how it is in this industry. They get intimidated. But I'm honored that we still have that relationship where I can text him, I can call him. He knows that I'm good.
Right.
Either way. So
I absolutely love it. Okay. So I want to go back to the special finance because I want us to give some more people listening here. is I love the fact that you have your own Facebook page. You're putting your own budget to it because you believe in your own brand. I respect that. I'm about to hook you up with, for no charge, a whole new build a brand platform to take your brand to another level.
I'm excited.
Oh, yeah, girl, I got you. You know what I mean? And my people are super dope. The owners of the company, they actually own a dealer group, Homer Skelton Auto Group in Mississippi and Tennessee. So
Okay, my hometown. That's where I was born.
Okay, there you go. So Homer Skelton is a very respected dealer group. The owner of the dealer group is a very dear friend of mine, and he's the chairman and the founder of the Build a Brand. And the platform, both my daughters use it, my nephew uses it, and it accelerates. You already have such a system, but this is just going to be like just adrenaline shot to it. All right, so let's go back to special finance though. Walk me through this. Let's go through process. So let's just go through role play, okay? And just pretend it's just us. So let's say I'm a special finance customer, and I reached out to you. Don't tell me, like, just go right live role play right now. If you make the first phone call to me, right, and you're following up because I sent you a message or an email saying, yo, Chrissy, I heard that you're the car fairy, and I need some divine intervention right now. My credit is bugged out. I need some help. And you called me, ring, ring. So talk me through your first qualification process right here. I'm your prospect, Sean Bradley. I got bad credit. Let's go.
So I'm not going to call you. I'm going to respond to your inbox, okay?
Okay.
So, hey, how are you? Thank you for inquiring. This is Chrissy, the car fairy. I see that you are in the market for a vehicle, and I'd be more than happy to assist. Sometimes I say sprinkle dust. Would you be interested in a scheduling appointment to come and meet with me?
Okay, so you're going to email that back. So you're not even going to bother calling. You're just going to respond through the email or the inbox message, and you're going right to set the appointment for coming in, right?
Yep.
All right, check this out. Here's my response. There's no way in hell I'm coming in unless I could get approved. I just want to make sure I could get approved first.
No worries. I will be happy to assist you virtually, as I do have a system designed that makes the process very easy online. Do you have an email where I can send you the link to apply?
Yes, SeanB@dealersynergy.com.
Perfect. So I'm going to send over the link to the email. What I need you to do is fill out that credit application. And then once you apply, send me your current pay stub. I will need a copy of your ID, front and back. And then
yeah, Chrissy, I don't want to go through all that. Here's my thing, though, is I don't want to go through that because, I don't want another hard inquiry on my credit report. I've already been told by other people that they can get me improved, and then they can't. And then, then I have all these inquiries on my credit report, so I don't want to fill all that stuff out. I just want to see if you get me approved without doing that.
Understand, all of my programs are credit-based. So the only way for me to truly know exactly what I can do for you, I will have to pull your credit. Now, what I can guarantee you is I'm going to work way harder than whatever other dealership that you've been to ensure that I can sell you a car or get you on track to figure out what it is that's stopping you from being able to finance.
All right, stop. Interesting for me is what you're doing. So, this is different, but hell, look, if this is working for you, then maybe other people need to start doing this. A lot of people, when they get the initial credit inquiry, right, they basically are going to set up a phone interview to pre-qualify, to go over steps and things like that. And then after they built some type of rapport, then they try to sell them on the appointment. Interesting that what you're doing is as soon as you get the hand raiser or the request, like, yo, I got bad credit or whatever, you are trying to first immediately just get them to come in. And if they say, I'm not coming in for any reason, then you're going to not even do a personalized interview. You're going to go to send in the link. This is a very important question I'm going to ask you. Mm-hmm. What do you estimate the percentage is of people that you send them that link that actually go fill that shit out?
Every single one for me, because you got to think it's different. For me, I am highly requested. Right, so when people come to me, they're not playing games.
Well, listen, let me just tell you something. I'm not a skeptic. I'm a believer because this is the same thing that Cody Carter says And Ali Reda says, when you're selling cars at that level, it's not transactional selling, it's relationship selling. And so when you have that trust and credibility it's like the Jedi mind force. It's like, you're going to do this. Okay, I will. You're going to do that. Okay, I will. You know what I mean? I get it. So this is interesting. Again, step one for you is basically quick response, try to get an in-store appointment. That doesn't work. It's the link. What you're saying is the vast majority, fill out the link. And then so what you're able to do is see with what you're working with. Okay, so let's say you pull my bureau. Here's a scenario. I'm a 540. By the way, I'm 8'12", I think, in real life.
Right. Same. I'm almost there.
Yeah, but I used to have bad credit when I went through my divorce.
Right.
I was a 540. That's why I'm pulling this out here. So here's the scenario: 540. Voluntary surrender on my Lexus. This is a story too, by the way. My ex-wife didn't pay the insurance bill, and because we got divorced, we were separated, getting ready to divorce, and so they voluntarily picked up my Lexus because this chick didn't pay the damn insurance bill when it got totaled. But anyway, hear me. I'm gonna have flashbacks right now, girl. So I would say 540 voluntary surrender. I make 3 G's a month. And I've been at my current employment for 2 years. That's a scenario that you got. Okay. So you just ran the credit. Now, what do you say to me?
Well, the most important part too, Sean, make sure you mention it. License or no license. Because that plays a difference as well.
License.
So, okay, perfect. Well, mistakes happen. I pulled your credit. I do see that you do have a voluntary surrender with Santander for somebody. Right. And I always ask them, like, what happened with this? When they give a story, I didn't want the car. That kind of tells me how I need to handle this customer. They don't care. So they probably ain't going to care, about what I'm trying to do with them. But if they do care and they explain, hey, life hit me, I couldn't afford the payment. Because when you pull the credit, it's going to show you what the payment was.
Right.
$514. Okay. I see you make 3 G's a month. You probably couldn't afford that.
Right.
So I do have a bank that is willing to work with us, but for me, and let me take away the scenario up front. So I'm gonna give you a secret, and everybody who's watching, I'll give you guys a secret of mine. When a customer comes in, I ask the same 4 questions, and that helps me do my job and handle the customer. On the back of the folder or whatever I'm dealing with credit at, I always put license or no license because in subprime that is important. You don't want to work a deal and the customer do not got license, but you got a bank on this approval, they need a license. So then I always ask them, what type of cars are you looking for? And some of them say a Challenger, even though they get this cruise at the end of the day.
Right.
What are you driving right now? Because do you got a car? Because some of them do have cars. They got them from a buy here, pay here that's not credit based.
Right.
So it's important to know, what are you driving? Is it tradable? Be the trades make a difference. That helps the bank fees. So if they do own it, okay, what do you enjoy most about driving it? What type of features are you looking for? What is the most that you can afford? And then I always ask them, what is the max down payment you have today? I ask those questions and it just makes my job flow.
All right. So to recap the questions again, go through them again.
Yeah.
Go through them again.
Oh, the questions I asked them, I don't have to ask if they have a license or no license because I can see that for myself.
Okay, so license, no license, but that's one thing.
Yep. What type of vehicle they are looking for, / what are they driving right now currently?
Okay, what are they looking for? What are they driving currently?
What features are they looking to have in their vehicle? What is the most that they can afford monthly? Mm-hmm. And then what is the max payment they have today? Today is important.
Right.
You got to make sure you ask today.
My next question on that end is, what is the percentage of people that, and not say tell you the truth, but give you that bottom line? So when you ask a prospect, what's the most payment and what's the most that you could, down payment today? Whatever information they give you, how accurate do you believe that? My experience has been, especially over the phone or email, I don't get the real number. Not that they're lying, but what I find is that if they're in front of me and I built the rapport, they get to start to like me and believe that I'm really sincere to help them. All of a sudden, now they're able to find more money down, or now they've got somebody, my uncle might co-sign. I've always found that, if I ask those questions, those are good qualifying questions, but I never take those as the real bottom line number. So when you do this, what percentage of people that you asked the first time that question, do you believe, or it turns out that's actually the real most down and most monthly?
It's never real because I'm one of those. I can take you want to pay $400 a month? Okay, here's just $650 a month and blah blah blah, and they sign. So none of them ever. And then they might say I got $500 down, and they in the box, and I got them closed with $2,000 in.
So then why bother asking them that if the number's never the real number? Because it just helps you frame out where their mind is at.
It helps you frame out, and it makes them understand that, you know, you are focused on doing what you can for them, what they want. And then you pull them in. Yeah. And then you show them, okay, well, here's where we're at. Because I ask these questions before I pull their credit. So once I take the credit app to the desk, you know, and they're busy dealing with whatever they're dealing with on prime side, they know they're not going to bother me. And I can go to the next person waiting in line to do their credit app, take it back to them. So then once they submit it, they see Chrissy's notes on the back. Hey, well, look, I got this car. It looks out good. This is their credit. Because we have to do a compliance form. So we have to show every customer their credit score. They have to sign the sheet.
Right.
So when I show them that sheet and they see that they have a 467 or a 540, and then I usually break it down with them. Like, hey, I pulled your credit and I did see that you've never paid anybody. You got a lot of collections, or you did have a car loan prior. It looks like it went back in 2017. What happened with that?
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Did you know 40% of service calls go to voicemail or hang up?
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
How many times does it take for your customers to connect with someone at your store?
The world may never know.
Unless you have CallSource customers connect with 96% of their clients' calls and convert over 85% of bookable calls to appointments. Really? If you're not performing at that level, or if you don't know, then text HELP to
855-963-2686
and receive a free evaluation of your store's performance.
So now, you know, the focus is on me. So I asked those questions, but then I got the real deal. So now you're drawn in and you're focused and you're paying attention. So now, I know you said you wanted a Challenger. Look, I do got a car. It's what the bank is giving us. You know, the good thing is, I know you say you wanted a $500 payment, but the bank is only going to budget you for like $400. So I got a car for you. It's reliable, low mile. It's going to come with a good warranty if one is coming with it. And then we go from there. And usually after the test drive, the customer's sold and they're going to take it.
I love that you said that. See, for me, I believe that a special finance deal is completely different than a new or used car. It's not about the car. They might think it's the car, to your point, at first, but it's only about the approval. So the way that I always used to work my subprime deals is after I understood, after by qualifying them, running the bureau, et cetera, and then figuring out which bank is going to be the best lender, I'm going to identify which piece of inventory that I have in stock that I can max gross and max opportunity for product. Make sense? So the process that I have.
No. Sorry, Sean.
No. Listen, I appreciate you're at the dealership. You know, it's the first day of the month.
Yeah.
So what I was saying is that the way that I used to do my subprime deals is really simple. I'd never try to, sell my prospect on a car first or let them choose randomly. What I would do is I would qualify the prospects. I would cross-reference my banks with my inventory and figure out which vehicle I could max revenue with between product, et cetera. And then I'd say to them, Mr. Customer, Mrs. Customer, I got great news for you. We can definitely get your approval. Come with me. Let me show you which one of these vehicles would you like to drive home with today? And then I already would pre-select like 3 to 4 vehicles that they work for them. And
that's how I do it.
Okay, good. See, and look, I'm glad that you said it because a lot of salespeople don't do that. A lot of salespeople try to, sell the car first and then work the credit, which is backwards.
It's very backwards.
So you agree with me, right? It's a
I would never do it that way. I don't want to sell a customer journey. I sell reality. I don't sell false hopes. Everybody knows that about me. So
it's hard too, but not just that, but to build on what you're saying, it's hard once you get somebody amped up and excited about a vehicle, especially if you got a drop down model or quality or options or features. It's easy to sell somebody up, but it's much harder to get somebody amped up and excited about something and then take it away. and say, my bad, you can't have that car. Then, fool, why did I just spend 30 minutes on this car?
Right.
About 5 more minutes left. Is that cool?
Yeah, no, we're good. I'm cool.
All right. Give me some more of Chrissy's super tips. What other tips, not just about special finance, but just about selling cars? Like, you realize that you're not normal in a good way. You know what I'm saying? Like what you're doing, most people are not doing. And so There's a difference, girl. The average salesperson only sells about 10 cars a month. So look, we both know that 30 car people are definitely first hard to find, but 40, 50, 60, 70 car people, this is some fairy numbers. You know what I mean? This is not normal. It's Harry Potter world stuff. So what advice do you have if for my daughters, for example, or my nephew or other young people that are just getting into this industry? What are your best practices if somebody could even hope to get to close to your level? What advice do you have to the people?
So the best advice I would give is, the best advice that I would give is to stay dedicated. Definitely stay dedicated, especially for a female, because at the end of the day, we do stand out, whether you're Black, white, Mexican, or whatever. But females, we definitely stand out in this industry. So definitely, give a show to your peers. But I will say that the most important thing for me surviving in this industry is I don't just look at my customers as customers. I form relationships with them. I support them. I get real personal with them because some of them are entrepreneurs. They have things going on outside of the world. So being involved and engaging definitely helps you because even though you sold a customer a car, if they have a real memory with them, oh, well, Chrissy, she came to my event and she brought inventory for me. She's putting money in my pocket. I'm going to brag on her. I'm going to, when people need a car, I'm going to tag her name always. So I don't just treat my customers like they're customers. I treat all my customers like they're friends. I definitely follow with them. I engage in things that are going on in their lives because that's the major key for me. That takes the stress off of me having to market when I have so many hundreds, probably thousands now of people who are marketing for me. So that's the best advice that I can give anybody that is in this business and doing what I'm doing solely.
Why do you think most people aren't successful then? And because why do you think most people, here's what I find, most people bitch and complain, blame, the dealership, blame the manufacturer, blame the weather, blame the pandemic, blame all this for why they suck and they're not selling cars. Most people are going to be in the huddle, be lethargic, not be proactive. Most people don't advertise and market and build their own brand within the dealership. Why do you think that is?
So what's funny, Sean? So I get a lot of people who we get a lot of green peas at this dealership, and a lot of them, I won't say a lot, every last one of them idolize me, right? They come in and their goal is, I want to be Chrissy the Car Fairy. And I tell people, you can't be Chrissy the Car Fairy, first off. But you can create your own identity in this business that'll get you to my level. A lot of them, they don't pay attention. They just go in it. A lot of them are money driven. So, and it's okay to be money driven in this business, but a lot of them, they don't really take the time to actually figure out what's going on with the customer, and it pulls them away. So, because I'm the only one, I handle all subprime in this dealership. So everybody else here, they deal with prime customers. They deal with people who can buy a car, who are not desperate, who can. I'm on 96th Street with 17 dealerships, so they can go to any of these dealerships, and get a good deal. So a lot of the green peas, they push them away because they don't pay attention to the customer, or they're just being too aggressive, so.
Well, what's in your future? Let's speak it into the existence, Chrissy.
What is that? Tell them to give me about 3-4 minutes and I'll be able to, okay?
Chrissy, speak it into the universe as we start to wind down the interview here. You did amazing. Mm-hmm. What is in your future? You want to break 100 cars. What else?
I want to break 100 cars. I want to, go more so into being an entrepreneur. I told you that. I can't leave selling cars to my children. I can leave the money I make from it, but I do want to, create businesses that I can give to my 2 children that I do have. So
do you invest money into other things?
Yeah.
What type of stuff do you invest into?
Properties.
How many properties you have, girl?
I got a friend who owns about 6 or 7, and I'm a silent partner with that. So,
listen, the Cardone model, I'm telling you, real estate, me and my wife have a multi-million-dollar real estate portfolio. We're also, a 6-figure investor in Cardone Capital. So we have about 6 properties ourselves that we own, but then we also invest in Cardone Capital. That's what Grant has been doing. Grant's a car salesman like us,
Yeah,
Grant,
I know. He's dope.
He took all that money that he was making and put it into real estate. So definitely. Now I'm getting involved because of my radio show. I'm meeting just business people like crazy all over the place. So here's what I'm going to do. I've got Joe Kalitz here. Joe is my director of operations. He's also a former GSM. You've seen him online before, right? Joe Kalitz?
I probably did.
So Joe, Chrissy is a freaking monster. Okay, she's and we're live streaming in the group right now, and this is going to be a podcast episode. 73 cars on the showroom floor. Okay, as an African American female. Okay, 73 cars on the floor, freaking crushing shit. She also knows our dude Geno Kyle. Geno Kyle is a mentor and protege. She's a mentor, and she's the protege of Geno Kyle. And I think she also she's really active in our in just like online and social. She doesn't have a Build a Brand site, so I just comped her Build a Brand site. So I need to reach out to Cameron Moore and from Build a Brand to just give her a Build a Brand platform. I also invited her to speak at IS20G 14 in Philly, and she accepted. So we need to just kind of keep that relationship going there, and just because it's 6 months away, So, but I'm just beyond impressed. What I'm going to try to do real quick is this. I don't know if I could get her on the line, but I got my daughter. Have you spoken to Clem before in Clubhouse?
No.
Okay, yeah, I don't think so. But
hey, what's up?
No pressure. You are on speaker. We are live in the Millionaire Car Salesman group, and I'm interviewing. Listen to me. I'll take 2 seconds. I'm interviewing a woman named Crissy Burton. Do you recognize that name from the Millionaire Car Salesman group, honey?
No.
Okay, it's okay. She knows who you are because I talk about you all the time. This woman is in Indianapolis. She just sold 73 cars on the showroom floor at a what franchise store?
At Hyundai.
At Hyundai, at a Hyundai dealership, and she specializes in special finance, but she's got her own Facebook page and she's crushing it. So what I wanted to do is I want to connect you two, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause I'm gonna hook her up with the Build a Brand site. I want to do some free consulting and training with her. But what I want you to do is this. I would like you offline to connect with my daughter. Is that fair?
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right, good. So what advice would you have for Kalina? Like I said, she had 20 cars she mainly works at the Kia Subaru store. And I just want to hear it from you. So as a female to female, what advice do you have for a young woman that just started her career 6 months ago on the floor?
Pushing. Be goal driven, set goals. Don't just stop with 20. Tell yourself, hey, next month I'm selling 50, and do everything you can to hit that number, and then keep it pushing, because that's exactly what I do. Don't give up. Keep the adrenaline going.
And one of the things that I want you guys to talk about offline is that you are big on like not only Facebook she has her own Facebook page. She doesn't even have her own website, and she puts like $150 to $200 a month in ads. Can you tell my daughter how many impressions you had that month that you sold the 73 cars?
It was like 67,000.
67,000 impressions.
What are you doing for ads? What are you saying?
A lot of different things. I'm real dramatic. Emojis, both words. If you go on the page, you'll see it. So yeah, you just gotta be super dramatic and give people something they want to look at. Image is everything.
So she said it's Chrissy the Car Fairy. So if you go to Google, if you go to Facebook and just type in Chrissy the Car Fairy, you can look at her page. But she says she's really dramatic. Give us an example of what dramatic means. Like, what do you say there?
So I'll do first time buyers program check, repossessions check, no license check.
So yeah,
you gotta
she said is like, like it might be like repossessions check, no license check, just because remember she specializes in bad credit, no credit. She's very, very good at it. And she's getting a lot of, and can you tell her, because I want it from your words, out of the 73 cars, literally approximately how many do you think came from your Facebook and social media presence?
Probably about 63 of them, but like almost all of them.
Almost all of them. And right now, but she's got like a celebrity status that she said in the interview. Like she's so well known. It's almost like Cody Carter, but it's all from social media. And remember my guy, I don't know if you remember Kalina, but that guy Geno Kyle. Geno Kyle is on Bradley the Man. That's like they're from Indianapolis and they know each other. And he actually was one of our mentors at one point in her earlier career. The other thing I got from you that you said is there's certain questions that when you qualify people, can you go over one more time? What are the main things that you ask when you qualify a customer?
After these messages, we'll be right back.
Hey, Tim Cox from CarNow, and we would love the privilege and honor to be able to partner with you, our dealer partner, and show you why we continue to be the most awarded communication and digital retailing platform in automotive. What's the buzz about? We'd love to show you why. Please click the link below and let's partner together.
I always ask them what it is that they're looking for, what type of vehicle they're driving, because that's important to know. What type of features they're looking to have, how much they're looking to pay monthly, and last but not least, like what's the max payment that they will be able to put down for the day.
And what's the max payment they can put down for today? So anyway, she's on this. She's at the lot working, but I wanted to just connect you guys too. And when you get a chance, we'll set up a Zoom for just you and her to connect. Because I just try to surround my daughter with the most, talented people, male, female, don't matter in all aspects. And,
that's what worked for me. I kept myself around people who were on the level that I was trying to get to. So that's certainly important.
I love it. And it's so crazy. My boy Geno, I mean, like this is a small industry. This is what I'm talking about right here, The same thing. I'm sure if I mention, you to Geno and vice versa, what I mean? Like it's the circle of life here. So Lee, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to give you Chrissy's contact information and then we'll go from there. Okay, honey?
Okay, sounds good. Thank you. It was nice meeting you.
You as well.
Okay,
Yeah.
take care.
All right. Love you, Dad. Bye.
Bye. So, Chrissy, do me a favor. We're connected on Facebook Messenger. I don't know if I have your cell. I think I would just DM me your cell.
I'll send it to you. We're friends on Facebook, so I'll send it to you.
And then I'll forward it to my daughter, and we'll go from there. I'm going to need that anyway to get. And then if you can, DM me your email address, which I know my assistant has, but just DM me your email address and your phone number, because I'm going to send it to my daughter, and I'm going to send it to Cameron Moore, who's the executive at Build a Brand. And I'm going to get your Build a Brand process started today. So it might take a couple of days. But that's there. Now watch my screen real quick. I just wanted you to hear that part. I don't need to hold you hostage. I'm talking to my guy right here, Kalitz. So watch, when you go to T Got Your Keys, my daughter actually has spoken nationally, at conferences as well. So this is better than most, I'd say not most, but definitely, I'd say at least 40% of the average dealership website. My daughter, as an individual person, has got a better website, graphic-wise, content-wise, psychology-wise, strategy-wise, compared, referral programs. And what's cool about these sites, and I don't sell them, Like, I've never made $1 from Build a Brand. People don't know that, because I rep them hard, is as I love the people. You have your own review section on here where it's like an online reputation. So you have your own online review section.
That's awesome.
Just like a dealership's website, it's got integration with inventory. Your dealership is going to have to approve the inventory. But check this out. You know how VDPs are, right? The difference is this. Right now, if you put a piece of inventory from the dealership, it's not you. You know what I mean? What it is but look, my daughter, she's co-branded with the VDP. So for now on, it's going to be Chrissy, the car fairy. Whenever you send a vehicle and you put it on social media, it's going to say, text me, email me, what's my car worth, request video.
Awesome.
Set this here. It's got you could create ebooks for free. And what this does is if you post this on content, and then for your prospects to get the free ebook, they need to give you email address and their name. So it's like a lead generator. You have the ability to post blog posts and things like that for backtracking. Look at this referral program on here. So you could actually start getting leads for referrals. So it's an entire build your own brand within the dealership. So this is all about, Chrissy the car fairy now.
That's awesome. Yep, I looked at her page before, so and I was super impressed.
Yeah, and what's cool, what she did is, I don't know if you heard the story, but she had Google Analytics on here, right? Then she had her own Facebook, ad account like you, and she was driving traffic, like ads, to her website. So let me just show you, then we're going to close on this end. I just want to kind of show this to you because we're a little bit over, but I am intrigued when I talk to real super successful people. So watch, we go to guides. So in the Millionaire Car Salesman group, go to guide 25. 25 is all about my daughter's case study. So 19, there it is. So watch, when we go into here, so this is the ad that really kind of blew my daughter up on a national level. So look at this.
I was going to say it was a TikTok, right?
No, not the TikTok. That was the TikTok, but I'm talking about this one. So this is just an ad that she did on her website. But watch, all it said was, because my daughter has got a girlfriend, so this is her community, right? Okay. So it's proudly serving the LGBT community. This was on her Facebook business page. But check it out. When you click here, guess what happens? It bounces you to the main website. So you don't have a landing page yet. So now what she's doing is, not only is she doing the Facebook ad game, but then she's bouncing here. And here's the crazy part. She had Facebook retargeting pixel on here. And so whenever somebody goes to her website and then goes to social media, they got the specific ads. Do you see what I'm saying?
Okay.
So that's my last question for you is, are you using, you don't have anything to do Facebook retargeting, but can you imagine if you have, with this Build a Brand site, Crissy the Car Fairy website, and people are just going to your website, not going to Facebook, they're at Facebook and Instagram. They're going to your website and then they go to social media. You're going to be able to do retargeting videos or retargeting ads. You could say something, hey, I know you're on my website, but I didn't hear from you. So boom, 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 boom. So you could do.
Oh, awesome.
Yo, watch the stuff I'm going to be able to show you. You know what I mean? It's some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Are you uploading your database to social media yet?
Like
your emails.
Yeah.
So you're taking a spreadsheet and you're uploading an audience into Facebook?
No.
I don't think so. So check this out. Can you imagine if this is just two free ideas here, because you gave a lot of ideas to my audience. I'm going to give you some ideas, right? Idea number one, really simple. You export all of your contacts from your cell phone and your email accounts. I mean, whether it's Google, Yahoo, whatever, and you put them into a spreadsheet. When you use your Facebook ad manager, you can upload your own audience. You see what I'm saying? So what you can, you can start, but it's a fraction of the cost. So what you're able to do, can you imagine if you created a custom list of all your personal contacts, all your friends, your frenemies, your family, your people you went to school with, high school, whatever. And check this out. This is crazy shit because now it's called targeting. You're targeting your own network. And so you could create Facebook ads and Instagram ads that whenever your people that are your family and friends, even if it's just family and friends, even if it's only 75 people, right? It's cheap. There's only 75 people. Whenever they're on social media, all of a sudden it could be something like this. I'm not going to say anything. Just watch. I could be like this. Right? Or it could be a little message that like, yo, it's your girl, Crissy. You know what I mean? Like it says it right here. Yeah. If one of your friends or your family is like, oh shit, what is Crissy doing on my timeline? Right? And then when I click it, it'd be like, yo, this is Crissy. If you're seeing this, you're either a friend or a family member. Why haven't I heard from you? You know what I'm saying? So you could target your own.
Oh, that's dope.
Or you might even be able to say something like this. Yo, this is your girl, Crissy. You know me. Stop acting like you don't know me. How come you haven't called me with a referral? You know I sell cars, damn it. If you refer somebody to me and I sell them a car, I'll pay you $200. Tell me right now you don't need an extra $200 right now. I don't care who you are. Come on. If you're seeing this, I know you need an extra $200. Yeah, I mean, you can have fun with it, but you could have specific messages that nobody would see on Facebook or Instagram except for those people. If you've got a church group, right? I'm not saying you go to church or anything like that, or you do, but if you go to church and you have your own like email addresses from your contacts in church, you could have it there. It's like, you know, listen, and it's only to those people. So it could be a church message. Like, listen, I want to reach out to everybody, you know, from my parish or from this or from that. I just want to just let you know, your girl sells cars, boom. And so a lot of people don't realize this. What I'm thinking at your level, what you need to start doing is understanding what dealerships do on digital marketing and apply that for yourself. This is what we did with my daughter. She was tracking the LGBT community. She was tracking females and law enforcement and military. And then she was able to, you know, sell cars. Like that one ad, for example, had somebody an hour and 20 minutes on an LGBT ad to buy a used car with a 5G front end.
Oh, wow.
All right. So did you have fun with me today?
Yeah. I've been trying to chat with you, so I'm honored,
Listen, like I said, real recognizes real. It's my pleasure.
Yeah.
Like I said, we're about to escalate the relationship. I'm going to get you hooked up with some resources. Again, I will never look for you for anything. I'm on national air right now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm here just to try to help you because the industry needs to see more successful professionals like yourself. So
Absolutely.
It's my job to give you just more of a platform.
So there you have it, the Millionaire Car Salesman Podcast. This podcast comes to you every week from the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. If you have a question about the show or would like the chance to become a guest, feel free to contact us directly at 856-546-2440 or email us at millionairecarsalesman@gmail.com. This program is a presentation of Synergy Records, produced by Tiana Mick and L.A. Williams. Production and engineering by L.A. Williams. The Millionaire Car Salesman Podcast is hosted every week by L.A. Williams and the Millionaire Car Salesman himself, Sean V. Bradley. The Millionaire Car Salesman Podcast can be found everywhere, so please don't forget to review, subscribe to, and share the show. Thanks for listening to the Millionaire Car Salesman Podcast, and remember, where I'm from, money provides options. The Millionaire Car Salesman Podcast is sponsored in part by Dealer E-Process, VinQ, and AutoWeb, and Call Source. If you enjoyed this podcast, then make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and leave us a review. Let some other folks know about it. Oh, and don't forget to join the Millionaire Car Salesman group on Facebook. We'll see you there.